Ooh, that's loud. Okay, I've got to turn my volume down, guys. That is real loud. Wow. Okay, hi. I know I'm live. Hello. Okay. Trying to get what I need to in here. Hey, Simon. Come on in. I'm trying to multitask and I've not been very good at it today. It's been a wild day. Anyway, yes, I remember those days. Mine is now 31, so anyway. Come on in, guys. Have a seat. Well, I wasn't gonna do tonight, but it's been one of those days, and I kind of figured it might be a good idea too. So, hello, hello. Oh, there go the headphones. Okay, there we go. They ain't my kids' boy. School holidays and sisters. Oh dear, Simon. Okay. Anyway, okay. I don't know what just happened, but I just got messed up over here. That's not cool. There we go. What's taking place? Bumpadita. Yeah. Okay. Well, apparently I can't do what I want to do. All right. So how have I been? Well, let's see, Simon. As you can see, the cheeks, I got really red cheeks hey, Tim, because I got really pissed off today. We had an issue, major issue. I went to do a show this afternoon, early evening, and hey, Ange, and Nikki's phone wouldn't allow restream. And no matter what we did, I tried and tried. Hey, lovey love. I tried I tried and tried, and Restream was not working with my cell phone anymore. So that became an issue, and I don't typically get that pissed off, but lately that's been kind of the thing. So Nikki's cheeks have stayed rosy red all day. Anyway, which is unusual. But we got it taken care of, and I did the show and found out we could do it via my computer, and that all worked, and Facebook, via the computer and Facebook, so that all worked out. So there is a show. It's in a file folder called Shows Nikki. It's either shows Nikki has been on or something to that effect, but it's in my file folders on my YouTube channel here. Anyway, guys, welcome. It has been a non-stop hardcore psychic day. I think I can officially say the psychic is off the frickin' clock finally, but you can ask me questions. I think I kind of needed this as much as you guys needed just a place to chat. Normally we do Wednesday nights, technically into Thursdays. Hey, Bomber. Hi, Black Dragon. Welcome. Come on in. So, yeah, anyhow. Yeah, anyway, it's just been a a wild time. I mean, literally, I had 4 hours of sleep and stuff started happening. And then, people have been asking quite a bit about this energy that's supposed to be happening on the 23rd. Look on Friday, the 22nd. Oh, speaking of energy, we have one of our own that needs our support. And hopefully I don't start bawling because this has really gotten me pissed off and this is not cool. Anyway, one of our own needs our support and needs our energy. He is known as Mr. Crystals. He's also in certain circles, and he's also known as the human MRI. He is an individual in our ufology and psychic medium community and healing community. I'm talking about Robert White. Robert White needs our support right now. So send him lots of love and support and positive healing energy. There's a situation that is going on with him medically that is quite serious. And so send your healing energy to him. No joke. So again, that goes out to Robert White. Send your love and support. And this guy has gone in for years into our community, who has been there for hundreds, if not thousands of people. And I'm not joking when I make that statement or that claim, because every person he comes across that needs help and support and healing of some kind, with their permission, does a healing for free of charge, people. And now he's in need. It's time for our community to give back. So send out your love and support and healing energy towards Robert White for medical healing of what is going on. He's got something very serious going on. So much so that they're talking about flying him from one part of the country to another part of the country. And that's all I'm going to say. It's that serious. So yeah. Send out healing energy, positive energy towards him. So there we go. That said, actually said it without wanting to yell and scream or without bawling. It's very serious. Anyway, I'm not saying he's on his deathbed. Somebody just said that came across like he's on his... No, he's not. But it is an extremely serious situation. Anyway. Oh, good. You guys are chatting away. I love this. I'm glad you're able to do that. I know that was an issue yesterday. I could not have done it yesterday. I was so damn out of it. So anyway, about the issue of technically Saturday the 23rd, September 23rd. So there's a lot of conversation in our community, not just in ufology, but in the psychic medium community, in the energy community, in a number of communities, about what the hell is going on. No, there's not Debster. Although there probably should be. I don't know how Australia does the flight, but this is a hospital flying him from one location to another location. So, and I imagine that's pretty freaking costly. So, and I don't have a clue as to who's paying for that. So, But that's a very good question. Anyway, and one you, I was going to say you might want to ask him, but that's not going to work right now. Send me a private message, Deb, and I'll see if I can get that answered. Anyway, so the energy of the 23rd, there's so many different versions of it. One of the things that we talked about early, 6 hours ago, 7 hours ago, 7 hours ago, was that there are individuals who have a video out where they've shown years worth of TV and movies and everybody talking about September 23rd. And why is September 23rd in all these movies, going all the way back from the early 1980s all the way up until recent movies. Really interesting that people were putting that together. Regarding the psychic medium stuff and the energy, there's a lot of us who are feeling that there's something that's building and coming, but some of us don't know what exactly it is. That time is running out this week. There's been a great number of controversy over it in numerous different communities. Although I do have to say, I really find it quite fascinating how one community is talking about the movies side of things, and yet there's a buildup of energy. So look into that. What I and a friend of mine were both receiving was that it's this week, that it is Friday instead of Saturday. And then you've got the factor coming into play where I've psychically seen and been shown downloads, bits and pieces of downloads regarding the meteor comet that supposedly is off the mathematician's trajectory. I'm not sure if that's the right way to say it. Because that's what I received this morning. Like I said, it's been a hell of a day today for me. Extensive amount of psychic info and mediumship info, and oh my god, it has not freaking stopped the last couple of days. Well, since this weekend actually. So anyway, so there's that side of things. Then you've got the coronal mass ejections, and those are coming in to play quite differently regarding certain aspects. So you don't just have one subject or one thing. You've got quite a genre. Okay, somebody's being a smartass on the other side. They're like, plethora, and I'm like, oh my god. Anyway, and of course most people know where that word comes from, so no, it's not that. And I don't know if you could hear that or not, but I just got buzzed. Somebody just messaged me. I've got too many things up right now. Anyhow, so there's a lot of different factors that are coming into play. And you got to take all of that into consideration. And and what is really going to take place. Do your critical thinking, look at the information, look at how things are coming into play. Excuse me. Work on, if you're an energy worker, get into your deep meditation. Excuse me. Okay, well, apparently we've got to do the propel tonight. Get into your deep meditation. Ground and center, as always. Mandatory. Do your protection bubble, and then go into your meditation. Then go into dealing with all the things that are critical for you to get into a state that you need to be in to hear things properly. Advance your frequency even further. Go a little deeper than you normally do. Figure it out and what you hear. Don't rely on all of us. Girlfriend of mine and I, she and I are picking up, there are factors in this to where we need to be prepared. But it's not a fright type of situation. It's not an, oh my God, I'm going to panic. Not like in 2020 when everybody had to go out and buy toilet paper. It's not that kind of a situation, but there are things that are calling up. Hey, Hollow. There are, hi, Para. There are things that are calling up that need to be taken into consideration, and preparedness helps you to be prepared in case there is something that actually takes place. So just be aware, but do your own research. And I know, if I'm not mistaken, there is a new individual who probably isn't talking, but who is watching. Hello to you, and I'm glad that you were able to come into this afternoon, early evening's show and ask questions. And this is an opportunity. If you've got questions, feel free. Ask away. I always state, and most everybody that's in here already knows, that I'll answer questions, and if I can, and if I can't, I'll flat out frickin' tell you if I can't. And if I get a psychic hit, I get a psychic hit. If I don't, I don't. It's just one of those situations. So, and I'm not 100% exhausted yet, but I'm starting to get there. So this is, I know I say this every live, but we'll see how long this goes tonight, because I can't do myself in. So I've got a number of factors going on tomorrow and things that I definitely need to get taken care of. So anyway, there's 15 in chat right now. I think there was 16 at one point. Yes, I taught you well, Hollow. Every time one goes to a place, buy 2 of what you use just for preparations. Correct. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. I mean, that's how you build your stock. You know, that's how you keep your stock up. In your pantry, in your emergency supplies, all of it. And that's how I raised my kid. And if it comes down to where it's a financial issue, then you do it, you plan it out. Every couple of months, you know, you save up however many pennies or dollars you can save up, and then when you can do it, you buy your supplies. So yeah. Ew, hollow canned water is best, apparently. Oh my God, I can't even think of that. That's just a disgusting thought. But yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, there are people who are water bathing eggs. There are people who are doing all sorts of interesting things. There's even people who are canning butter. And I'm like, wow, I didn't even know that could be done, but apparently it can be. Yeah, Deb says, I prefer glacial ice water. Oh, darling, me too. It's so hard to come by now. Anyway, so does anybody have questions? Liquid death stuff or something else. Anyway, I'm gonna go back up in chat. It's been about 20 minutes. I haven't looked. I mean, I've been keeping track of chat, but not like normal. So let me go back up. Oh, hello. Well, we did the same damn thing. Somebody's got to remind me every live I do. Go to live chat, Nikki. Okay, let's see. Ange, Bomber, Deb, Black Dragon, Simon, Tim. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Okay. Oh, sorry. Somebody mentioned Misc. Well, I'm wearing perfume for the first time in a number of years. Boosts hey, if you need a boost in energy, find a scent that builds that energy. For me, it just happened to because the scent of hand soap and lotion, I can't think of what it's called, the lotion and stuff like that, didn't do it today. Today I pulled out the big guns. I pulled out a perfume I don't normally wear very often. It worked. You do what you got to. Okay. It's just because there was so much going on. But I'm really very thankful that I got a oh, Julie's. Well, Julie, if you're here, hello. I don't see you in chat, but hello if you are. Julie or Jenny, hello. The spirits do have bodies. They're frequent. Wait a minute. Okay, that's an interesting thing, Derek. Derek is saying the spirits do have bodies. Their frequency doesn't allow their bodies to fully materialize. Well, to some degree, yeah, that's correct. However, that's also incorrect in the sense of they're considered apparitions. I've seen full-bodied apparitions. If they can show up to one or many individuals. Oh, sorry. We're talking about lions again, or lionesses. Okay. Bobby Sherman? Really, Deb? It was the plethora reference, Nikki, just a joke. Okay. I'm not even sure what you're referring to, Tim. Bummer. I wear perfume all the time. Have a huge collection. Love it. Love reading all about it. Reviews. Comparing notes. It's a hobby for me, I suppose. I love perfume too. Bummer. But if you put me in a perfume store, my senses become overload. Oh, got it. Understand, Tim. Okay, so my senses become overloaded, and they don't shut down or anything, not by any stretch of the imagination, but I get an instantaneous migraine. Because I have a sense of taste that is so strong, even after COVID. I mean, I've got somebody that I know that they have no sense of smell anymore and very little sense of taste anymore because of COVID. Me, on the other hand, it minutely muted my sense of taste, but not hardly by anything. Okay, wait a minute. Why is this acting up? Thank you. And so I've still got an extreme sense of smell and an extreme sense of taste, or extreme taste. And so I'm the kind of person where you do not want me around something that is priority blended, because I can tell you exactly what the hell is in it. God dang it, dude. Okay, go to sleep, Drew. I love you, my dear friend, but go to sleep. I'm getting messaged like crazy. Anyway, so okay, got it. Oh, silly boy. Anyway, God. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, you got to be careful with your senses when you're dealing with perfume, and for me to find actually something that works is a really big deal. Plus, our skin is our biggest organ of our body, and so you gotta be careful with what scent you put on, and how it intermingles and blah 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 blah. Yeah, I do a lot of the research too, Bummer. Always have. I've always been a woman in high heels. Let's put it that way. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I can't wear high heels anymore. So anyway, I'm no princess. Yeah. I have very expensive tastes. I have been told that since I've been a child. Nikki, you're expensive. No, I'm complicated. I just like what I like. What the fuck, Mom? Okay, what did I say, Hollow, that just got me into trouble? Oh, shit. Oh, God. Okay. Shush. Oh. Oh. Well, I wasn't thinking that. Wasn't thinking that. I bought sunblock today instead of lotion for Earth. It's heating up. Yeah. Don't wear perfumes. They give me a headache. Yeah, I know. You'll be in a smarty ass. I know. I'm not repeating that, Derek. Anyway, yes, Bomber. He is. And he gets me to laugh. There's a lot of people that get me to laugh, but yeah, my son is very good at doing it. But oh my God. And he has a very specific, oh God, he can imitate a certain character that so far nobody else is able to do it. No. Derek, no. No, 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 freaking no. Oh, I do not like that movie. Oh, I do not like that movie. Anyway, Bomber, my sense of smell is off the charts. I've even got some kind of Claire something going on with it. Yeah, if you've got, okay, Bomber, here's the thing about that. If your sense of smell is that off the charts, I am here to tell you that is a Claire. No, he's not. He's got his own place, hun. Yeah, he's but anyway, yeah, so might have to go back and change some of the I might have to do the cutting, the cut and paste tonight. Anyway, so yeah, it's yeah, my kid Bummer, he's 6 something. So yeah, I got a lineman. I got a football linebacker. Like an adult kid. Gotcha. Yeah, 31. So but yeah, Bomber, the that can very easily be an extra sense. I mean, it's like a kind of like a big deal. And wow, I'm like, when I had to think about that, when I have a specific individual not in this apartment who chooses to smoke a certain something, I can smell it before it even hits this location. So, excuse me, it gets really intense. So, I mean, it's very possible that your sense of smell is that strong. My sense of smell will outweigh my ability first. And I can tell you who's standing near me or within my home environment or where I'm at. Hey, Linda, you were here. Hi, Beth, and you're here. Linda, okay. I can't be around scents because they make my head go all whooshy. Are you talking about a headache, my dear? Or are you talking about a migraine? Or are you talking about in the sense of they make you lightheaded where you get woozy? There's a kind of a big difference, hon. Okay, dude, calm. Okay, there we go. Yeah, look into Tim, that's one my son used to use. When and we had a he can tell you we had a knockdown drag out over one of them because one of them caused a trigger for me. And then he switched and I was fine. But yeah, God, that was years and years and years ago. So yeah, and that stuff is Love you too. Um, that stuff is really, really strong, and a lot of it is really divine. I mean, like really divine. But yeah, it gets, you got to be careful with the sense of smell when you've got extra senses going, because yeah, for me it depends on. Okay, so here's the thing about that specific one, Linda. Uh, that specific one uses butane, and that's where I get my headache from. So it actually uses, if you read the ingredients, it actually uses butane, and butane is a known, well, not only is it a known carcinogen, but it for a lot of people it's an instantaneous migraine, and that's why I choose not to wear perfume very often, because I'm so freaking sensitive. But I do have to say they have a lot of scent that is, oh my god, it's just wonderful. And then they've got a couple that are like, oh my god, that's a mind bender, that's got to go in the trash. So everybody's got their own stuff that they love wearing. I mean, I've got a product. I've got two of them by a specific company that I deeply love, but very rarely wear. And it's very hard to find a scent that goes with my chemistry. It's very hard to find one. So because I can make a wonderful smelling perfume go real wonky real fast. So you've got to find. Yeah, Tim, I was thinking about that. He says I have made custom cologne that I rarely ever wear. Yeah, I mean that's a thing that uh I used to do that all the time. I used to make up my own fragrances. Um and lovey love, I used to do the same kind of things. You just retracted the message, but and I won't state that. I won't state out loud what you retracted out of respect for you, but the same thing. Honey, I used to do the same damn thing. And so I used to, here's something. You can make up your own scent by using essential oils. I used to search far and wide for little bottles of essential oil that I could mix up my own and then create my own scent that way. And that is a phenomenal way to, if you have problems with actual perfume, that is a way that you might be able to actually wear an actual scent. And of course, you have to know the body locations in which the pulse points in which to put it on. Yeah, and to find the pure stuff. Yes, lovey love, to find the pure stuff. Exactly right. And it's really hard to find to find stuff. And don't want wear perfume. Okay, good to know, Deb. um Yeah, see, Linda, that's the thing. I mean, you can that's exactly it. Make your own. Oh my god, I can't read that last word. Para, was that you? Yeah, it was para. Okay. Um, but yeah, you make your own scent. So for anybody who wants to deal with paranormal tonight, start talking in the chat about it. what do you want to hear about? Because we went from 16 down to 12 in a very short amount of time. If this is not the chat for you, you're welcome to go anywhere else. I have no problem with that. But if you want to listen to paranormal stuff, start asking me questions, honey. Not a problem. We can definitely have a paranormal conversation. But right now it's about scent. What else do we have here? The scent of swing is so natural and soothing. Yeah. Depends on. And rain. How do they get the scent of rain? Really? Okay, here's one. Derek. Oh, now that's an interesting one too, Lovey Love. Okay. No, that's funny. Okay, so Derek, why do elves live so long? Is it their DNA? That's a good question. I've never been asked that question before. That's a really good question, Derek. Elves. Why do elves? I know that's a partial joke question, but I also know that that's a partial serious question. And they're not as long as you think they are. That I do know. And Lovey Love says, like the spirits can't appreciate smell. Yes and no. They can, but they can't. It depends on their level. And that's all I'm going to leave it at with that one. Scent can be paranormal. Yes, most definitely it can, Black Dragon. She will come back some to visit or haunt. I do expect the smell, her cigarette smoke. Lovey Love. I will even burn one for her on those occasions. Yeah. Toxins into your body, you will have good natural pheromone scent. Yeah, that's very true, Tim. There are really, I know a woman who, she's sexy as hell on her own. Very petite woman, and she has an aura about her that just draws people to her. Her energy is phenomenal. And yet she is as organic in every aspect of the word as possible. And she has, it's like when you're around her, and even for the women, I've seen this with women with her, I've seen this with men with her, and she's attracted to men. And everybody is drawn to her. She's not a psychic medium. But she has this energy. Oh, it's a great question, Para. I will get to that. Hello. Okay, well, I did say any question, didn't I? So yeah, well, elves are interdimensional, not just dimensional. Elves. Okay, so the Fae. Here's the thing about the Fae. The Fae can go from realm to realm to realm, unless they have and I literally just heard this, unless they have a specific block on them. Y'all talking about me, Nikki? Oh, love you, love. Elves are closer to Earth. Yes, they are to some degree. However, they can go, as with most Fae, they can literally go from realm to realm to realm. Yeah, love you, love. You've got some abilities that definitely need to be trained. I know that. Okay, so I need to go back up in chat before I start losing more of this. No, it's not. Okay, Derek, did you say no, it's not to me? Ow, to me? Okay, wait a minute. Why is my cursor not working? Okay. All right, Derek, I don't know quite how to answer the rest of that question. Why do elves live so long? Is it their DNA? I don't have an answer to that. I do have an answer in the sense of I know that it's short, they live shorter in length of time than what one believes they do, if that makes sense. Okay, Black Dragon said scent can be paranormal. It can be very much paranormal in a wide range of ways. And Tim is the one who had said about if you don't put toxins into your body, you will have good natural pheromone scent. So with my friend, she has an excellent pheromone scent, and wow, does it trail behind her when she walks and moves or does exercise or I can't say what I want to say because it would give away who this person is. So, and no, you guys don't know her as far as I know. Beth, Nikki, who are my new spirits? I have at least 3. You've got an unborn son. You got a soul that's with you that is the only way I can, Beth, the only way that I can describe this individual. It's like a son who was never born in this lifetime. That's all I'm picking up on right now. Oh, and somebody just said sister. Something about sister? I have no idea what that means. I'm not picking up anything on it. Okay, so Linda, she says, it's interesting that smells can be associated with paranormal experiences. There have been times I have smelled cigarettes when no one near me or in the house has them near them. Okay, here's the thing about the sense of smell and the olfactory. Okay, here's what you need to know. Medically, you need to have certain aspects checked out because scientifically, medically, there are illnesses that can cause things like that, like the sense of smell or the sense of like burning toast and cigarette smell and a bunch of other things. Unless you know for sure that you have gifts, and I do believe you do, Linda, but still get checked out. There's always, you always want to do the critical thinking before you hit the paranormal, before you go towards the paranormal side of things. Always check out the medical aspect first. So you want to rule everything else out first. At least that's my personal opinion and take on it. There are too many factors regarding around that. So look into all avenues first before you go, okay. But here's the other side to that. How well do you trust yourself? How well do you trust your own abilities? How well do you listen to yourself? And how well do you listen to the other side? I just had a conversation for 2.5 hours with somebody over that very subject tonight. And they are extremely science oriented. And hello, darling, if you're listening. I was very glad to get back in contact with you again. Thank you for contacting me. Yeah, I haven't been in contact with that person for 3 years, and she's a wonderful individual. I highly respect her. And she's very scientific oriented. And so, yeah, do your research, look at all avenues, make sure your critical thinking skills are up to par, so to speak. Okay, I'm babbling on, but I wanted to state that first. But yes, you can have individuals either in astral or as a spirit show up who was a smoker. So, yeah, I don't want to discount that, but I also want to say look into things first. Hollow, why do leprechauns always laugh out loud while running through the fields? Oh, dear God. No frickin' clue. And I think you're being a smart ass, but that's okay. Bomber, vomit, though, is not actually vomit. Laugh out loud. Google it. It's interesting. Ew, whale vomit? Yikes. Is that anything as bad as the whale sperm that we looked at the other couple of days ago, Bomber? Because let me tell you, that was a hell of a whoo. That was a mind bender. Para. Nikki, do you have any thoughts about the stairs that show up in the woods? I'd too curious, and I'd be tempted to go at least part way in hopes of seeing something. Yeah, I'd be very curious too. Do I have any thoughts on them? Yeah, don't frickin' walk up them. Man, that's the kind of thing where I would go in and I'd take as many pictures from every avenue, every aspect I possibly could. I'd do extensive research into the location and into the area, find out if there was ever a house in the 1600s, 17, 1800s, whatever that time period was, talk to the locals, delve into it. Stay off the frickin' stairs. There's too many weird things, just saying it nicely. There are too many weird things that can happen. There's too much paranormal. It's not something I would necessarily do. I'm one of those where it's better to be safe than sorry. Because what I know about portals is that you don't know where the hell you're going to end up. And honey, unless you are freaking prepared to walk through a portal with only what you're wearing, what you've got on your back, and anything in your pocket, you better frickin' know how to survive. I have seen an open portal before. Bright daylight on the outside of it. And matter of fact, Hollow can, if you're still in here, you can confirm this one because I freaked the fuck out in the car. I think I was in the front seat at the time. Or was I in the back seat? I can't remember at this second. And I remember looking and I saw a portal. And it was in January of 2022. And I freaked out because here is an open doorway to a portal. You have broad daylight, trees, because the trees had caught on fire. So about 10 to 15 feet up, there's nothing on these tree trunks okay, except scorch marks and burns and all of that. There's no forest foliage down on the ground. So all you have is light coming through. And then you've got this dark portal where it's nighttime and you're seeing in to this portal. There's a lot of things I could say that was on the other side of that portal. It was a fae or a fairy portal. Well, it was a fae portal. But yeah, I freaked out in the car. And I don't honestly know how many people really registered what the hell it was that I said. I know I thought I was a little loopy. Yeah. So just an FYI. So don't go up the stairs. You do not know what you're walking into if it really is a portal. And that's the thing. You don't have to be scared of it. Just be aware. Know that it is a possibility. Be aware. Weird shit happens all the time. Okay. Wow. Okay, I gotta scroll back down. Beth, you have a puck wedgie that took up residence in your home? Oh, honey, that's not necessarily a good thing. Black Dragon, fays use ancient energy is what I meant. Yes, they do. Lovey love, time is an illusion. Yes, it is. It's a human construct. Even the ETs don't use time. Well, not in any kind of way that we do. Bomber, that's true. Someone said recently, quote, you must eat healthy and clean, end quote. Yes. Lovey love at Beth. I think we need a support group. Yeah, there should be a couple of support groups. Yeah, Lovey love, many dimensions are intertwined. Well, yes and no. They're not really in the grand scheme of things. However, they can be. Hollow, is there anyone here who lives in AK? AK as in Alaska or Arkansas? Dear one. Seen, heard of 3 Sasquatch furry men. Furry man? Furry men. So if anybody's out there who lives in, I'm assuming that's Alaska, let us know. Bomber, I was helping my auntie put away the Christmas decorations one year and suddenly started smelling my grandmother's perfume. Could feel her there. Yeah, definitely. I know what that one's like. I've gone through that repeatedly. Linda, what kind of doctors check that? Usually a neurologist, sweetie. Okay, lovey love. I honestly feel like if you think you can get an attachment from a Ouija board, and it haunt you for decades, then sure, we can talk crazy. Well, there have been people that have had that happen because you're literally opening portals. Tim, science says quantum entanglement is real, yet the quote-unquote experts say ghosts and interdimensionals couldn't exist. Yeah. There's a lot of things I agree with our sciences, and then a lot of things that I absolutely frickin' do not, because our human sciences cannot even conceive of what really goes on. Hence the reason for so much research. Beth, I know my grandfather is around when I smell pipe tobacco. Yep. Deb, Nikki, do you answer personal questions like a reading? Yeah, I can. What do you want to know, sweetie? Message. Okay, so Deb, at the Debster. Email me at restorebelief2022@gmail.com if you want information. No, Deb, you're fine, sweetie. Deb, I'm new to Nikki. I hope that's not a lame question. No, my dear, it's most certainly not. I have talked repeatedly about if you've got questions for me and you do not want to make them private, email me. You need to know that typically I will check my email, that specific email, I will check it twice a week. Whenever I do a live. So I usually try to check it somewhere between Tuesday and Thursday. And if I'm not well, it might take me up to 9 days. So, I mean, I usually try to make sure that I check it a minimum of once a week, but usually it's twice or 3 times a week. So, lots of work to do still. Oh, lovey love. We've all got lots of work to do still. All of us have a lot of work to do. It's how much do you want to put into it? How quickly do you want to heal? And what kind of counseling you deal with? Because believe me, counseling is the key to getting through a lot of our own personal shit. Been down that road more than a time or two. So yeah, I understand that one really well. And you got to find the right counselor. And in doing that, interview. You're paying them. It's like hiring somebody. Frickin' interview. Write up a series of questions you want answered in exactly how they go about things. And yes, you can hire and fire doctors. And counselors. Tim at Deb, you can ask Nikki anything. Yes. I have said that repeatedly, Tim. Smart ass. Yeah, I have said that. You can ask me anything. It just, we'll see where it goes. And believe me, I've gotten some wild questions including some not very nice in your face shitty questions. So Deb, Nikki, we need to get you monetized here. Yeah, yes, Deb, I fully freaking agree with that. But to do that, you have to have what, 500? I'm getting the hours up. The hours are coming up, but I haven't been the greatest in promoting myself, and I get that. I understand that. But I did at one time have somebody who wanted me to be I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. There's only a couple of individuals who know this. A DJ is not necessarily the right word. Somebody who interviews people, that kind of thing, and they had some serious money back in them, but there was an issue because I live in a large apartment complex, and that requires a legal situation. So, yeah. Yeah, you're welcome, Deb. Okay, let's see. Where did I leave off? Whoops. Go back up. Amy's in the house. Hey, Amy. I'm trying to catch as much stuff as I possibly can. Oh. Para says, so you could see into the portal. Oh, yes, honey. Not only could I see into the portal, I could describe in detail. It's like it's burned into my memory. It was extremely descriptive. I mean, Jesus. It was really descriptive. It was so mind-bending to me. It was in the shape of I keep calling it a circle. It wasn't a circle. It was in the shape of an oval. It was about 6 feet tall. Somewhere between 5 and 6 feet tall. Big enough for one person to walk through, big enough for a large person like me to walk through. So it was a big, wide enough portal where I would have had plenty of room on either side, but it was in the shape of an oval. It was a dark forest on the other side. It was nighttime in their realm. Was very interesting because I've been trying to remember what time of the day it was that this happened. And I keep thinking it had to have been somewhere around 1 or 2 in the afternoon because of where we went. I think it might have been around 1:30. Somewhere between 1:30 and 2:30 in the afternoon is what I'm going to say. So, and I have talked about this before, Paris. So you'd have to go back through the different things. Oh dear, we got somebody. Okay, what's going on in here? Okay. Black Dragon, attachments can be attracted to those who have abilities. We are like magnets to them. Yeah, okay, what happens there, Black Dragon, is we are like a beacon. It's like a white light energy beacon pops out of the top of our head. That's the only way I know how to explain it. And the light that you see right here, I have a daylight light bulb on. And weirdly enough, I've never had it do that specific light. It's not a shadow, but it's like a beam of light. I've never had it do that before on camera. So I don't know if it's shifted or what. Anyway, so just an FYI. But yeah, we have it's like a beacon of light popping out of our bodies. Stair portals hold strong ancient energy. Yeah, they can. Not always, but they really can. AK is Alaska. Yeah, it's been a while. Lovey love. How long can attachments last? Lifetime. An entire frickin' lifetime. You can have an attachment from the time you're a little kid all the way until you die. Yeah, that's always fun. You asked. And yes, I could elaborate, but I don't know if I will tonight. Whoopsie doodle. What did I just do? I hit a button. How did we do that? Okay, I need to. Trying to scroll back. I'm trying to get caught up, and there's been quite a lot in chat. I didn't realize there was so much in chat going on right now. Bacon. Bacon. Okay, hang on a second, guys. Tim, push your nose into the like button. Right on. Pump it up. Oh my god. Bomber, I gotta sleep. Loves ya. I hope you sleep well and have pleasant dreams. Happy dreams. Joyful dreams. Create joy in your dreams, folks. Amy, problem is some of my questions are so personal, I don't even want them in writing. Hey, been there. Hey, Ange, didn't realize you were still here. I'm glad you are. Ange, did it look like there was material around the circumference of it? Oh, God, what are we talking about? Oh, you're talking about the portal. No. On the inside of it, and not on the outside of it. On the outside of it, it was a very clear, defined edge. On the inside of it, it was it's like it fuzzed out. Faded out, fleshed out. Feathered out, feathered into the, but it wasn't very wide. It wasn't very, like, it wasn't like that wide all the way around. It was like really, really, really tiny. And the only reason why I noticed it was because I was noticing the forest going around the edge of the sides, not so much the bottom, but on the sides going up. And wherever this was, you didn't see sky for a long freaking time into that. And why am I? Nope, not interested. Go away. There we go. So, I hope that answers your question. And, and the beam has been there the whole time. Yep, love. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Yeah, it really does. And if you're attracting a lot of negative people, you got to start questioning yourself as to, or people who are really detrimental, or broken. You got to start asking yourself, why am I attracting that? And start looking into why. And mother puss buckets. Wow. Okay, 1:17 in the morning. Ouch. Shoulder. Well, isn't this just peachy freaking keen? Okay. Yeah, you're welcome, Ange. Like the one I saw. Yeah, if I remember right, I think you talked about that. Can't remember for sure. Thanks for having us. I gotta say goodnight. See y'all tomorrow. Sweet dreams. I hope you have wonderful dreams, my dear. Good night, Deb. Happy, pleasant dreams. Everyone needs those. Okay. Okay, let's see. What else have we got? Okay. Whoopsie doodle. Oh, yeah, Amy, I'm not going to read any of that out loud. Well, that's rather interesting, though. Lovey love, are you leaving too? Yeah, it looks like it. I hope you sleep well, dear. Sweet dreams. Or were you just saying goodnight to others? I couldn't tell from the chat. That's all right. Anyhow, I have finally caught up. Took me a while, didn't it? Okay, so what do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want to hit me up with? Nikki, Ange. Okay, Nikki, orbs with faces in them and certain colors. What do they mean? Okay. Personal experience. The orbs that I see, those are ETs. I see, this is funny as hell. It is, but it's not. Red, white, and blue. The white ones are a specific kind of energy. The red ones to me are, it's like they've got, okay, how do I explain this? You've got different frequency levels with those specific colors, okay? You've got a main person, you've got their lower down, and then you've got their higher up. Now, hopefully that will make sense. Here's the other thing. If you're dealing with the Fae, okay, so those are ETs, and sometimes you will see the faces in the orbs themselves. Sometimes you won't, because they will be going by so fast. It doesn't, unless they specifically slow down for you to see them. That's a very, for the human eye to actually physically see them, that's a big deal. Do you know how slow they have to be going for them to get that happening? Okay, so if you're dealing with the Fae, you're going to get a huge, or even Sasquatch, you're going to get a huge gambit of colors. Oh, you got 3, caught them on camera. Well, excuse me, rainbow to me. Hey, Simon. I'm glad you're stopping by, and hi and bye. I appreciate you coming by. Hit the like button, dear. If you would, I would appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so to me, rainbow is either Fae or Sasquatch. Gold, I've been told, is something different. Now, thank you, dear. I appreciate it. So the thing is I'm trying to remember what I was told. I was told in, God, 2018. I'm trying to remember what the hell I was told. I didn't focus so much on it because of all the different things I was being told at the time. I was like inundated with information. God, my knees are bothering me tonight. Barometer must be shifting. That's the other thing. With your abilities, if you are sensitive to barometer pressure, you will feel it in your body. Typically, if you are aware of it. And I've had ETs work on my knees a number of times, specifically my left one, and it's the worst one. It's the one that gets nailed the most. Anyway, so no, I disagree with that, Black Dragon. Black Dragon says gold is a higher energy than the others. White is usually the highest form of energy. However, there are certain people that I do know where they have stated the same thing. So I don't know, maybe it's just my opinion. But I do know many people who make the claim that white orb energy is the highest form of energy there is. Yet, I've also heard people make the claim that gold is the highest form of energy. So, rainbow, they've got a different meaning to them. It's not neon. What's the word I was looking for? Iridescent. rainbow iridescent. There's a rainbow iridescent that has a very specific frequency. It's like dealing with an aura. Well, at least that's my take on it. Wow, back the fuck off. Okay. I'm writing every time down. I felt it earlier. It was about 12:30 as well. I'm going to write the word about 12:30 a.m. So anyway, stones do, yes. Sorry. Yeah, so Derek is saying stones react differently according to people's energy. Yeah, because we all have our own frequency. A lot of people call it a vibration. Basically, it's a frequency. I break. This is why. Let's see. What do I have in my little gemstone packs? As you can probably hear, I am pulling them out of the bag. Yeah. This is what is left of. It's not black onyx. This is what is left of some, and it's not tourmaline. God, I can't think of the name of it. Can't think of it, but I shred these things. I just black. Oh fuck balls! I never seem to remember the name. No, it's not shungite. No, actually, I've got raw shungite that's like charcoal. And this thing was given to me by my son, and I've shattered the inside of it. I cannot wear. Now it's interesting. I do not shatter. I do not. Whoopsie doodle. Damn. I do not shatter tiger's eye. You know, I've had these. They are totally fine. I've not shattered them. Of course, I dropped one. However, this. This did not have any cracks in it whatsoever. Now, this little effer, I don't know, can you see it at all? Is covered in cracks. I mean, literally. And there's some pretty big ones in here. I mean, it's just insane. When I bought this had not very many. And now it's covered in them. You see all those cracks up and through here? This piece hardly had any cracks in it. Now it's covered in them. It's covered from the inside out. This you couldn't necessarily see through. Oh man, you can't see through this now. You can't even call it up on the. So that had it's covered in cracks and all sorts of stuff now. So yeah, it's a white rock. It's God, I can't think of the name of it now. Anyway, so that is what happens to me, and we all have our own frequency. I shatter gemstones. Selenite, thank you, Ange. This one had one crack in it. Now it's covered in them. It's a piece of rose quartz. And because I wore it, it's now covered in cracks. This had 3. It's another piece of selenite. This had 3 cracks in it. Now it's covered. Well, it's got quite a few. So this is my point. Oh crap! I can't remember what this is. This had 1. Has it still got 1? Well, I'll be damned. It still has 1. And I don't honestly remember what the hell this is, but it's not Tiger's Eye. I just don't remember the name of it right now. It still only has 1 in it. That's surprising to me, though. So that's held up. I want to call this rhodonite, pink rhodonite, but that's not what this is. Anyway, so yeah, it's just fascinating stuff in Moonstone that I had to put together that never had any cracks. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. I wound these 2 really snugly together, but not snug enough to where they would be damaged. They had no cracks in them whatsoever. Now they're covered in cracks. So yeah, I breaks it upsets me terribly because I love gemstones. Amy, I have a whole bowl of stones like these. I should probably send them to you. I would love that. Looks like a salt pellet for my water softener. That's funny. Hematite bracelet explode on my wrist. Yeah, I cannot. I have so many hematite rings, they explode. Until I'll buy the small ones. I'll even buy the extra big ones. And matter of fact, I'm surprised these aren't cracking right now. They will literally. I've had these things where just simply holding them, they literally break into pieces. They literally cause cracks, and I mean, so, yeah. So frequency takes effect on our gemstones. You've got to be really freaking careful. And quite honestly, I'm surprised this has held up. I'm really surprised this amethyst piece of amethyst has held up. Hang on, let's see if I can get. It's still got 1 crack in it, but it had 1 crack in it. Nope, it's got 2 now. Oh, mother. I take it back. It's got 3. Well, son of a diddly. Anyway, that sucks. And this is why I don't wear gemstones. Very, I just don't. I will literally have bracelets that I love of gemstones that literally just break apart. I will have metal wires in them, and the metal wires literally rupture, and the gems go flying across the floor. I've had that happen on more than a couple of occasions, but yeah, you've got to be really, really careful. Yeah, and selenite is used for clearing bad energy. Yeah. thank you for answering, Beth, on that. I used to use a lot of selenite when I was dealing with people who were practicing things that bad things. They were practicing very, very, very bad things. So much so that, yeah, I would call them a necromancer. So, yeah. And that was in the time frame that I used to have to do a lot of things. So, gemstones are I love the fact that my son got me, which means he did his research. He got me a stone, a crystal, that was wrapped in copper. Do you know how big of a deal that is? That's a really big deal. You want to wrap certain things like that, certain crystals, they need to be wrapped in copper. There's a damn good reason why. Anyhow, no, I can't wear watches either. I can't wear watches because of my metal allergy. So, but that's quite beside the point. Pendulumous amethyst. Yeah, I have a number of pendulums, but I rarely use them. Mostly because I do a lot of higher higher consciousness work. Couldn't think of the word. Yeah, okay, now I'm getting tired. So, and we're an hour and 36 in, so yeah, we're definitely ending at 2 hours. Linda, when I used to work more with my stones, they would get those inside cracks too. Yeah, it's all about the reason they get the inside cracks like that when you're working with them a lot. And you need, okay, here's what I learned. I learned this from a number of people. If you're an energy worker and you're dealing with stones, one of the things that is really freaking important is to start. This is not black tourmaline. Whoever's saying black tourmaline, knock it off. It's not tourmaline. It's not onyx. Anyway, you need to switch out your gemstones, because if you are working with the same gemstones over and over and over again, and your frequency is not able to be controlled, you're going to shatter your favorite stones. And I highly, highly recommend using, and this is from personal experience from somebody who cannot be around a lot of gemstones anymore. I mean, I bring these out when I know that the energy is going to be wonky for one reason or another. So I'm much more careful about my gemstones. I mean, much more careful about my gemstones now. Very careful indeed. So yeah, a matter of fact, I'll take t-shirt material and I will create pouches for individual gemstones before that pouch goes into another pouch filled with other gemstones. So that way there are no continuous breaks or cracks or anything like that. It's just really bugs the crap out of me that this little one, because I just dearly love this one. It's essentially a rainbow fluorite, but it's mostly purple and turquoise. But it's one of my favorites. Anyway, so yeah, in order to protect him, that's what you've got to do. The other thing is get your energy under control. And I've got my energy as well under control as it's going to get. And at the same time, that means deep meditation. And I do mean deep meditate. You got to ground and center yourself and get into some deep meditation to deal with all of it. It really does make a gigantic difference. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, I'm not necessarily in agreement with that, Amy, regarding the fact it is lab created is no problem. Yeah, I get where you're coming from on that. I don't have too much of an issue regarding diamonds with that. But I do when it comes to other gemstones, other stones that I will be using. If it's something I'm going to be wearing on a like on a diamond ring or something like that, then no, I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to have an issue. But and sapphires are some of my favorites. Most people know that about me. Diamonds and diamonds are great. They're beautiful. Love them to pieces. Don't get me wrong. I truly I do love diamonds. But my favorites are sapphires. They're a specific kind of sapphire that they're near and dear to my heart. And ask me why, I have not a freaking clue. There's something about them that I am completely drawn to. Then you get around jade. That's another and it's real specific. Specific kinds of jade. You get around tiger's eye. My dad is the first one who gave me my very first gemstone. And he brought it back from Thailand. If I remember correctly, it was Thailand. Do I still have that gemstone? Oh, you better frickin' believe I do. It's, I was going to say buried away, but that's not necessarily the case. It's very well taken care of. Amy, anything raw or impure? I just never felt anything from. Oh, I understand that. Yeah, amethyst is my birthstone. I'm born on February 28th, last day of the month. Bit of a story to that, but anyway, because my mom was given the gift of choosing which day I was to be born on, either February 28th or February 29th. And so she chose the 28th. Anyway, because that was a leap year that year. So I'm always drawn to amethyst, but I'm also drawn to rose quartz and selenite and tiger's eye and moonstone, the black gemstones, which for whatever reason I never seem to remember whenever I am ever on a live. Soon as I'm off, I kid you not 2 minutes, 3 minutes after I'm off of a live, I can tell you exactly what the fuck it is. But when I'm on a live, no, it's just nope. So, obsidian. Thank you, Ange. I knew I was projecting that one. So yeah, and I love fluorite. I love there's a lot of things that I deeply, deeply love, but I cannot be around. Like the fluorites. Oh my god, I love the different fluorites. But I literally burst them. I've actually had gemstones burst. That's not pleasant. It's extremely angering, especially when you find something you dearly love. Moldavite. Yeah, I've got a piece of Moldavite that I was given. I actually won. I trust the individual, and she was doing a giveaway, and this is somebody that most folks would not think of doing that, but really. Oh, how interesting, Derek. That actually speaks volumes. Hit me up privately on email, and if I remember, remind me about ETs. That is the way to remind me about that conversation. Anyway, so yeah, I there have been times where I've actually sat and cried. I actually had a bracelet that I deeply loved. It had oh my god, wasn't faceted. What is it? It's where it is literally shaved and look like a dice, a specific kind of dice that has like 10 sides to it. And the whole thing just shattered. I was like, I went to put a seatbelt on and my hand came up. And as my hand came up, it just, almost every one of them, of the gemstones just shattered and the thing bust. And I went and I looked at, I could not believe it. It literally frayed. And I was like, how do you do that? So, yeah, pent up energy. Yeah. Yeah, Amy, there faceted ones can set up lasers with and create a protection grid. I would love to have a protection grid over my bed and over this over this location. Because there's a couple of things that go with that. A protection grid regarding it's like put Nikki in a bubble type of thing. Regarding the dues, because I have learned certain things about those little bastards. And that ought to help. And a copper grid, because a copper grid is like a copper pyramid. But those are real. I mean, do you know how expensive you have to do for that stuff? I have a Derek, I take a lot of raw ginger. Although, because you're dealing with liver stuff, I don't know. You might need to do always do your research. Oh my God, this is a piece from my stone. Yeah. Oh, hello. Well, now isn't that just fun? Oh, no, I'm not going to hold it up because I'm going to get upset if I hold it up. son of a... I thought that was loose. It's like, how the hell? Well, son of a beehive. Let it go, Nikki. Let it go. Let it go. Which means that is what that is from. Okay. So my rose quartz is all shattered. Anyway, does it have side effects? Well, you might get the trots, but here's the thing. You got to try what works to see what your body can handle. Derek, what's a copper pyramid? A copper pyramid is where you've got the three corners? 3 corners and then coming up. Or is it the 4 corners? No, you do it at 4 corners, so it's like a square at the bottom, and then the 4 corners come up into a pyramid. It deals with specific energy. Yeah, well, Derek, I was thinking when I saw about the copper issue, not being able to wear it, my first thought was a copper pyramid. But you got to get, it's about energy. Healing is about dealing with energy and dealing with, yeah, and you can use Organite pyramids around you. They have crystals and copper in them. Yeah. You can create a copper pyramid with wire. Yes, you can. Look into, oh God, what are those socks and gloves that are filled with copper wire? Can't think of them right now, but look into those. Derek, you guys know a lot about this stuff. I need to step up my game. Yes, dear, you do, especially when it comes to copper. Copper is supposed to be very, very healing. It can be for a lot of people, and for others, not so much. Some ETs do really, really well with it because it's part of their blood. Their blood is copper, or has copper components in it. That's actually what I was going to tell you, but there were other things I was going to tell you too, which of course I do not remember at this very second. Anyway, so Organite pyramid, yeah. I agree with Organite pyramids, but I have a hard time with the fact that they are made with resin. And unless you've got a super strong, the other thing you can do is you can actually wear pendants, to like an or wow, that was loud. You can actually wear pendants that are Organite. So anyway, Derek, I have diabetic socks that are great. Awesome. There are copper socks. They've got fine fibers woven into it. Look into magnetics as well. Orthopedic gloves and socks. Yeah, definitely. I know folks that deal with, God, I don't know what I did with mine. Oh, they're over here. Okay, hang on a second, guys. We're going to flip this up. You're going to go up there, and I will be right back because I am going to grab this box. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Hopefully no screaming. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. Ouch. Okay, now. Where, pray tell, art thou that you dropped to? Nope, you're not there. Okay, well, I guess that's that. Now, where you ouch, disappeared to? All right, well, so be it. All right, hang on a second, guys. Almost there. Yeah. Okay, so I have used Copperfit. I'm not promoting them, but this is what I have used for my hands. And holy crap, when I had really bad issues with my hands, they have gloves, they have socks, they've got that one's for a knee. And I know somebody that uses it periodically. Good night, Ange. Thank you for your help in helping me remember stuff. I appreciate it. So that's the kind of stuff that helps. But yeah, the Organite sweet dreams and pleasant, happy, sweet dreams, my dear. But yeah, those are the things that really helped me. They had forms of copper in them. Copper fit compression sleeve. And they worked wonders for my hands. I mean, they really, really did. So anyhow, you guys got to look into different aspects, different things. Things make a difference. They can be night and day. For me, I use ginger. I know for me, it works as an anti-inflammatory. I know other people that have used turmeric. That works really well for the turmeric. Doesn't do a lot in tincture form, turmeric does better for me, but I can't do very much of it. So you find what you can do. Black Dragon, I have a copper knee brace. Yeah, it's just what it is. Excuse me. Amy, iron shoes and a suit of armor to protect oneself from fairies. Well, it depends on what kind of relationship you got with fairies, my dear. Tim, good night, Nikki, and all my friends. Sorry I wasn't participating much. 6 a.m. is creeping up on me fast. Yes, I understand that one, Tim. And that's why we've got about 2 minutes and then I'm ending. So, Anyway, I hope you all are doing well. I've got another long day ahead of me. So, anyway, but yeah, do your research. Look into Organite. Look into an Organite pendant. Preferably one where if it does have resin in it, the resin is not against your skin. The resin form of it is not against your skin. So, and remember, you can make your own little pouches out of, this is stretchy material. This is stretch. T-shirt material, stretchy T-shirt material. And wow, is it very useful for making pouches for gemstones. And then I have been known to make up my own strings using I multi-braid my embroidery floss. I take multi levels of embroidery floss and I start doing that. So pouches are super simple to make. I make mine by hand. It's all hand stitched. And that way, especially ladies, if you wear them down your which I haven't done in a very, very, very long time, but that's not what these were for. These are for something else. But anyway, you want something soft against your skin, and these are nice and soft, and they wash up really, really well. But anyway, yeah. Nice little satchels, sachets, whatever. And they're worth their weight in gold. I mean, seriously, you get a nice little satchel. These come in handy. Really, really, really handy. Super easy to make. Straight stitching, folks. That's all it is just straight stitching. Super easy. It doesn't have to be perfect. So, by any stretch of the imagination. And I do French seams on mine. If you know anything about French seams, you'll understand what that means. So there's no fraying on any of mine. And I'm not promoting these. I'm just saying you can do this. It is easy. Any male or female can hand sew. You don't have to be a perfectionist to do it. Anyway, babbling on. On that note, oh, they're in my age bracket. I'm 55, so the Black Dragon, Derek, you make me feel old now. Yeah. I was just having a conversation with a friend who said, I'm 60 years old. And I said, well, I have somebody that I know that's 62 and 66. So, we're all in a certain age bracket. Yeah, that does make us feel old. Black Dragon, Derek, I have been 21 for 32 years now. Yeah, I'm 55, Black Dragon, and you're 53. Yeah. So a lot of us that are like that. Yeah, I think a lot of us, Linda, are old enough to be Derek's parents. The heck with you folks, I ain't old. Well, I don't feel old unless mentally I certainly don't feel old. My body feels old, but the rest of me doesn't. So anyway, live and learn, do your things, figure out for whatever reason, these have held up. I mean, these have not cracked. And I used to wear this necklace all the time. Actually, I've had necklaces with large gemstones with gemstones that are this big on them. And they've shattered on me. They've literally shattered on me. So, the funny thing is I don't seem to break tiger's eye, which is good. I haven't yet. I'm very, very thankful for that. So, get yourself some tiger's eye palm stones. They're really nice to have on hand, especially when they're this smooth. Anyway, I should show you pictures of me in the 80s. Oh my God. That means getting into my storage unit. Yeah. How I should. Yeah, I probably. I'm a. I was a geek. I had the big glasses that were up to here. They weren't bottlenose, but they were. They were like this. They were butterfly wings. So anyway, I'm babbling. Anyway, my dear folks, Derek, didn't you say you had a unique hairstyle? Who, me? I had long, curly hair. Was permed. And permed, my body could actually hold on to a perm before I had children. So, well, to some degree. Actually, you just helped me realize something, Derek. I gotta figure out how old was I during that. Had a perm when I went to Tonga. I was 11 years old. So my hair was able to take a perm. And then after the age of 14, I could no longer, my body would not allow my hair to take a perm anymore. And it just dawned on me, I was ET pregnant at 14. 13 into 14. Holy shitballs. I never made that realization before. Well, thank you for that. That was rather interesting. Didn't realize that one. Because after I had my son, we tried to do a perm, and it was like putting a relaxer in my hair. Yeah, that was bad. I tried it on a couple of different occasions, and my hair just would not take a perm, no matter what I did. And I always thought it was weird because we knew that when I was 11 years old, I had no problems. So, rather interesting. God, it pissed both my mom and I off. I had never put that together. So thank you, Derek. That's a hell of a realization for me. And it also validates, for me anyway, my first ET pregnancy. Holy shitballs. Oh my God. Because I've got documented evidence of the fact that we couldn't get my hair to perm on 2 occasions after I had my son. Wow, what's a hell of a realization. And knowing that I could take a perm, wow, okay. It's bizarre. Love the reminiscing past. Yes, time machine, where art thou? Yeah. Oh God, I had a big whoof of hair. It was long and it was anytime I had a perm. I loved my hair when it was back then because you could just, all you had to do is just do the clips and you're done. Then brush it out and you didn't have to do shit with it. So, no, the pregnancy. So Para's asking, so the aliens messed up your hair? No, the pregnancy did. So here's what I learned, Para. When I gave birth to my human son in 1992, we tried off and on doing, we tried, I had friends who would try to do perms in my hair or do little spirals just to see if the hair would even, if if the hair shaft and the hair would even set up. Because the first one we did, it literally just, it wouldn't even curl. We did all the right things, and I'd even tried once. I guess technically, officially, we tried 3 different times, but in the course of over a year and a half, we had tried putting my hair, like taking a section of my hair and winding it up and doing all the right things for that one section of hair, just to see if it would hold a perm, and it never did. And yeah, but the aliens made you pregnant. But it's the pregnancy itself. It's the pregnancy hormone. Ouch! It's the pregnancy hormones itself that screws. Okay, so when a woman gets pregnant, it messes with the hormones. Duh. That said, here's the conundrum with it. Most women nowadays know you don't do a perm in your hair after you've given birth, not even up to 3 months afterwards. We had tried, I think it was like a month and a half, which made sense. Then we tried, God, must have been about 8 months later, somewhere between 6 and 8 months later. And yeah, Para, I have 5 kids. You're not telling me anything I don't know. Write the F on. Anyway, and so somewhere between 6 to 8 months, I remember it being closer to 8 months, we tried a second time. Excuse me. I'd even tried up to 5 years later, and we could not, my hair literally, I had natural wavy hair when I was a kid. And then before we went to Tonga, I wanted a no mess, no fuss hair at the age of 11. And it took, I mean, I ended up like a big floofball. I've got pictures of that somewhere. And that I actually don't mind showing. I mean, it's a couple of sweet pictures of me. But Derek Paramarv is a very good friend of mine. Good. Derek, he listens to my rants on the phone. Good father Paramarv is. That's awesome. So basically, what ended up happening was the hormones, what we learned about me specifically, and God, I talked to doctors. I was so pissed off that I couldn't get my hair to perm. I mean, I was pissed for years over that. I mean, really long fucking time over that. And basically, no matter what I did, we could not get my hair to perm. There were 3 times where we tried it, and I kept saying 2, but there's actually 3 times we tried it, but the whole head is what I should say. But there were a number of little times where you just take a number of strands of hair, like a fixed, like like more than a little bit more than that, and you tried to get it to wrap around. You'd get it wrapped around. You do all the right stuff, everything, and it would not. No matter what we did, it would not take. We tried different sections on my head. We thought, okay, well, this is strange. I even tried different shampoos. I mean, I really wanted my hair permed. I wanted the wave. And because I couldn't get it, I basically said, fuck it. And went in and, sorry, you're hearing me click. I've got that need to push something again. And basically what I found out was that my body, and what I found out from the doctors was that the hormones were so strong in me that it literally screwed with my hair. And that was how I found out how significantly it can affect how hormones can, specifically pregnancy hormones, can really dramatically affect a woman's hair. And God, I was mad. I mean, I was really frickin' pissed, because if I couldn't have that, then I was like, okay, well, then I guess I grow my hair out. And that's for years. I mean, I kept growing my hair out. It was almost down to my butt. I don't know. It was a pen I got for free at so Amy's asked a question about the pen I have in my hand. I do not know. There's no frickin' name on it regarding the pen. There's only a name of the individual who was doing services. So, well, and see, okay, hang on a minute. So hopefully that answers your question, Amy. Oh, yeah, that's what they do. Para is saying, what I'm suggesting is, what if the aliens did something hormonally or chemically to your body to help a 13-year-old support a pregnancy? Yeah, that's what they do anyway. But the other side to that, Para, is that because they start screwing with the hormones. They start gearing the female body up. And that can be a real mind bender, to say the least. Black Dragon, I am not saying anything after laugh my ass off. Honey, do you mean what I think you mean? Okay, Derek. Honest truth, both times Desiree was pregnant, she really wasn't hormonal. She is so chill always. Para, that's just more proof that she is a saint. I wasn't necessarily hormonal. I got bed rest. When I was pregnant, I ended up when I hit 7 months pregnant, everything was healthy, and everything, baby-wise, body-wise, everything was healthy and normal. Literally at the 7-week, 3-day mark, I ended up with toxemia, and I was bedridden. So much so that they were like, if you do not follow our instructions, you're going to spend the next 2 months in the hospital, in a bed, and you will not be allowed visitors. You will not be allowed to do anything, to have anything, because my toxemia was so bad that they literally, it was bad. It was excessively dangerous. So yeah, that's when things got really wonky. So and I did pretty darn good. I mean, I was walking. I had a girlfriend. She and I were pregnant at the same time, and okay. That's what I was asking. That's exactly why I was asking, Black Dragon. Black Dragon says, Nikki, I made a china cabinet. Get your head out of the gutter. Well, um, yeah, I did, Para. Para says, I think Nikki missed the part about taking on a hobby. Yes, I did. I completely missed that altogether. Yeah, see, my hands have to do something right now. So if I can't play with the pen, I'm playing with, this is a piece of clay that it's Fimo or whatever the other clay is. There's a couple different clays that I have, and I will make rings, and it's for a stand. It's for a stand for a sphere. So this is one of my tiger eye spheres that Robert actually bought me. So, dear friend, very, very dear friend. It was actually a birthday gift for me one year. Anyway, so I have a couple of these around because it's just the cheapest way to go rather than to buy a stand and all of that. Anyway, so yeah, the hormone thing, it affects the hair. It affects every aspect of the hair, and we thought, okay, well, we'll try this another year. I've never been able to do that. It's never worked. The interesting thing is that at 11 years old, I was able to I have photographs of me in Tonga, in Hawaii. Well, I'd have to really search for the ones in Hawaii, but in Tonga where I am, I have a little floofball of permed hair. My hair was a wave. It was down to here, and then when they did the perm, it went like up to here, and then they did the cutting and all of this, and so I had a very nice, and I'm 11 years old, and I look like I'm a late teenager, 16, 17, 18 years old. Oh, I love that kind of stuff, Black Dragon. I made the cabinet without using nails or glue, had used tight dovetail joints. Oh, that is a favorite of mine. That is a craftsman. That's the kind of stuff I grew up around. I had a great uncle that I loved to watch him make all these dovetails. Oh my God. Linda, okay, I really need to go to sleep. Sleep tight, everyone. Yeah, I was supposed to stop 21 minutes ago. So, anyway, but this is such a hell of a realization for me that this is why I'm still going on about it. So, the realization that at 11, I could have a perm in my hair and have no freaking problems with it. And at 11 years old, I could have that. But at 14 years old, after I had ET hybrid baby, my hair, we tried. I mean, God, my mom was pissed. She thought there was something wrong with the way that the hairstylist did it. We tried a different hairstylist. Oh my God, I think we tried 3 or 4 different times. Nothing. My hair would not take a perm. No matter what we did, my hair would not take a perm. And I remember crying. I mean, I remember a lot of crying over that. We spent a year and a great deal of money. I think it was back then, it was $65 or $66 to have it done by a pro in a very specific way. And we try, oh my God, and it was bad. So I have that as a memory. I have that. Matter of fact, I've probably got that written in my diaries somewhere. Because I kept a diary back then. Granted, it was a weird diary, but I kept a diary back then. And then here I am all these years later, when I'm 24 and I have my kid, and I'm going through the same damn thing where I want to have, I want to be able to do it, and I can't. It will not do it. So. Yeah, I'm sorry, folks. I know I go off on tangents. This is a weird one for me, but it makes the point of validation for me may not be validation for somebody else. And what do I have on my chin? Nothing. Okay, it's just the light. I was like, what the hell is on me? Anyway, so make that real. If you're an ET abductee, make those kind of realizations, because things really do play into it. Anyway, babbling. And if you didn't know I was an ET abductee, I apologize. I usually say that right up front. Most folks already know. Anyway, so you're dealing with a psychic medium, ET abductee, since childhood, and I've had a number of hybrid children. So, and yeah, my family knows about it, and boy, they aren't happy about it because I kept all of this very, 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 very well hidden. So, anyway, Black Dragon Para. I am a jack of all trades and a master of none. Nikki, I enjoy hearing you talk, hon. Thank you, Black Dragon. I most definitely appreciate it. Para. I made mixtapes with no glue or nails. Yours is more impressive. Oh my God. Honey, I used to make mixtapes too. That's funny. Anyway, God, the lighting on here is just bizarre tonight. Anyway, that's another babble. All right, so on that note, 2:25, we need to stop because I need to go to bed too. I've got a long day ahead of me tomorrow. Anyway, take very good care. Oh, I will be on tomorrow night, just like tonight. That is scheduled, has been scheduled for a week. So I will see you tomorrow night, guys and gals. Take very good care. Enjoy your evening, afternoon, morning, evening, afternoon. Oh my God, I'm not saying my words correctly, folks. Please have a good morning, afternoon, and evening, and wee morning hours. And have a little sex in there. Have some fun. Get out into nature and enjoy nature. Black Dragon, sweet dreams. Nikki, thank you. Good night, you guys and gals, whoever else is lurking. There's only a few of you in chat, so take very good care. Bye, guys. Blessings to you. Stay safe. Do your research. If you find something that you're interested in, really interested in, research the ever-loving shit out of it, dear. Do your research. Bye, guys.